What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. I want to talk about Tom Brady. And I've just been sitting back and looking at all this outrage, right? Because people like Tom Brady up until this point, right? People like Tom Brady. Tom Brady was very liked, right? Not only by people in the NFL, but outside of it when he was with the Patriots, even though the Patriots weren't the most liked team. But people liked Tom Brady. But me, just looking at what's been going on since Tom Brady helped push the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to greatness. Because what people are not understanding, especially these overpaid analysts on TV, who literally do nothing but repeat themselves, or they say what other people agree, what other people agree with. They don't really have an original thought of their own unless they're going super woke. Is that's pretty much the same team they had last year with Jameis Winston. You add in Tom Brady. You add in Antonio Brown, which was a late addition to the team, right? But that's pretty much the same team. Bruce Arians was great at organizing that team, and especially through what was going on with CV, putting together a really good staff that the players have bought into. But Tom Brady's leadership, and I have said this, Tom Brady, and I tweeted this, and I'll probably have a tweet in the video here. I tweeted out a couple different things. Because I don't like this fake woke outrage. People don't want to give Tom Brady his due. Tom Brady is the best quarterback ever. There's no debate. Not only did this guy win a championship with the Patriots, he goes to another team and wins the championship in the same year with the CV situation going on. And what was really interesting was that we were hearing right before the season that Tom Brady it was taking him a while to learn the playbook. People were talking about how in post-game interviews, Bruce Arians was taking a cheap jab at Tom Brady. But what ended up happening? Down the stretch, the team got better and better, stronger and stronger. Not only offensively, but defensively. The defense down the stretch played out of their minds. They played out of their minds. And I will say this though, number 45, Devin White, he played at LSU, right? He replaced Quan Alexander, who signed a big money deal with the 49ers, who went to the 49ers, then ended up being traded to another team. So they made a good move there because the guy seemed like an even better player. So that, again, that's good drafting, right? Bringing in the right players, bringing in leadership. I saw a lot of leadership, young leadership. Antoine Whitfield Jr. I used to see his father play, right? Youth mixed in with some experience with Ndamukong Suh, right? Jason Pierre-Paul. You just have that right mixture of youth, talent, experience. But the one thing that really pushed them to the top was leadership at quarterback. Because Tom Brady brought confidence to that position. Jameis Winston did not do that. That's why Jameis Winston went to the Saints, because he wanted to learn how to be that type of leader, to be that type of quarterback. And instead of people appreciating that, they want to get on social media and virtue signal. They want to get on social media and thank everybody but Tom Brady. If it wasn't for Tom Brady, they would not have gotten that far. Those are facts. I don't care who they would have had at quarterback. And this is one of the worst things about social media, is that anybody can have an opinion about anything and it can go viral. You got a lot of mentally unstable people on social media who make really no sense whatsoever. but their opinion matters. You got people on ESPN, right? You got people, especially, on these sports shows that want a virtue signal, that want to thank everybody but the quarterback whose leadership, right? Who confidence, because Tom Brady is a very confident player. You just believe in him. That's why he's successful. Because you're able to believe that he can get it done. That's what Bill Belichick is missing right now. Bill Belichick's ego would not allow him to keep Tom Brady on that team any longer. And one thing that people may not know, and I read this in an article. Did y'all know that Bill Belichick was making more money than Tom Brady? I believe Tom Brady was making $19 million a year, right? Bill Belichick is making over $20 million a year. And people gonna say, well, he deserves it. He's the coach. He's the GM. Okay, that's fine. He can make his money. I don't know if it counts on the salary cap. I would think it doesn't because he's not an active player. But Bill Belichick for years played the we don't have enough money game to bring Tom Brady the type of players that he should need, even though you have a whole draft to draft good players. You had the opportunity to draft DK Metcalf, and you drafted, I'm not even going to go there, but be that as it may, Bill Belichick underestimated the impact of having a Tom Brady leading his team. He underestimated it. And now you see it. What that team is missing. And I guarantee you, looking back on it down the road, he's going to say to himself, you know what? I should have put my ego to the side and focus more on continuing this momentum. Tom Brady brings confidence and leadership to a team that needed it, especially at quarterback. You cannot replace that. That's not easy to replace. Tom Brady was worth every dime he got from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Whatever program, because Tom Brady has the TB12 program, right? The TB12 program is what he's using to keep himself going. It's his own program. I think a lot of quarterbacks, especially the aging ones or even young guys, should look into that program, because Tom Brady at 43 looks better than most of these quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Yeah, you have your elite guys, you have the guys that are getting to that point, but Tom Brady is still above those guys due to his longevity. You can look at somebody with a better arm, right? Better mobility. Like, look at Patrick Mahomes. That's one of the reasons why they're mad, is because Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be their guy, right? Here you have the mixed quarterback, right? The cool quarterback. He was supposed to replace Tom Brady. He was supposed to beat Tom Brady, but he didn't, because to win championships, you have to have a complete team. Kansas City did not have a complete team plan to defeat that was able to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tom Brady, social media feels like, because he's Caucasian, because he's won for so long, they're tired of him winning, because Tom Brady symbolizes what America has been. It has been about successful men, especially successful Caucasian men. And let me tell you something right now. I have never been jealous of another man and that man's success. I don't care what race he is. I have my own things that I'm dealing with. I don't have time to get on social media like the rest of these mentally unstable mental midgets and get on here and talk about how other people are more successful than me. That's the problem with society. Everybody's complaining. You got a lot of these melanated people on social media complaining about Tom Brady because Tom Brady symbolizes to them what they feel is wrong with America: successful Caucasian men. Men who win. And they're tired of that. They felt like it was Patrick Mahomes' time to win. Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl. He didn't win it this time because his team was not prepared enough to defeat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was prepared. They were organized. They were ready to go. And let me just say this about Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark tweeted out about how Bruce Arians deserves a lot of credit for hiring minority coordinators, for hiring women to his staff. And this is supposed to be a Christian. This is supposed to be a guy who is of not being judgmental. You know, somebody who is religious and is about loving, respecting others. But Ryan, you sound like an idiot, bro. You sound like a virtue signaling idiot. This is why I don't respect a lot of you fake religious ex-athletes who get on social media, you virtue signal, you get on TV, you try to act like you're for your people, but you ain't really out here like that. You ain't in your old neighborhoods like that. You're not really in these communities like that. Stop. Okay? I can speak to people from in Louisiana because I know people, not personally, but I know of people who are from Louisiana, who are fans of mine, and they can tell me whether you dudes are actually out there doing stuff for your people and the people who aren't. And I'm not just talking about Ryan. So I know people gonna listen to this thinking I'm taking a jab at Ryan. I just don't like what he said on Twitter. Now, Ryan may be doing a lot for his community, for his people. That's fine. But there's a lot of other ones on TV that aren't. Okay? They're all talking, no action. And I just don't like how people are turning this moment for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of those players never won a championship before. And now they have the opportunity to win a championship. They've turned it into something that it should not be because of their jealousy, because of their envy, and because of their disdain for greatness. Tom Brady is great. He is the GOAT, whether you like it or not.